Larissa will be the snow maiden. And Andre, you'll be Santa Claus. Why me immediately? A tall, lanky guy with a big mop of hair on his head awkwardly turns and crawls out. You can't say it any other way. From behind the desk. And who? The deputy principal whispers, almost squinting amusingly with small eyes behind thick glasses. Who? Maybe me? No, but if you refuse, I can. Konstantin Novak. He even looks like a sturdy little bean. Let me do it, Miss Nina. Novak, that's not funny. We'll have a snow maiden. She glanced at Larissa, who blushed. A snow maiden? How to put it? As if she gave birth to Santa Claus, and they swapped roles. Gennady, all you can do is talk nonsense. You should just learn Santa Claus's part. But you won't be able to. Me, not able to? You. No one but Andre could do it. Once Andre graduates, we'll suffer again. Oh, you'll dress up again. We remember from junior grades. Right, guys? An awesome Santa Claus. And all 7 in the 10th grade laughed disorderly. Very funny, very funny. But I'm not laughing, Miss Nina. Let's have the words. When is the rehearsal? Let's go, let's go. Gennady arrived on time for the rehearsal. Larissa blushed and flushed. The rehearsal went smoothly. Gennady matched Larissa. Both beautiful, tall. Exchanging words as if they had been performing together all their lives. What a couple! Sighs young teacher Miss Nina. And they look so alike. Like twins. And then the teachers, who had known these kids almost since birth, suddenly noticed that the children really do look very similar to each other. Gennady is tall, with wheat-colored hair, big gray eyes, and a stubborn chin. Larissa is considered a beautiful girl, with big gray eyes, a thick braid as thick as a hand, wheat-colored. Tall, slim, big hips. Already developed chest. Oh, Tatiana. Watch the girl. She's floating around the village like a peacock. They need to be watched closely now, says Larissa's grandmother and mother. The times are still troubled. Before, girls sat, eyes downcast. They couldn't even look at boys, blushed. And now? Just look at what's shown on TV. Eyes downcast. That's why you bore a child 4 months after marrying your father. Whom are you kidding? Not 4, but how many? Well, see for yourself. We got married right on the Feast of the Intercession. And precisely by Christmas, Mikhail was born. Oh, may you, mother, you never took your eyes off that. What's this? That's that. When is our Feast of the Intercession? October 14th, and Christmas is December 25th. So? What so? 3-month-old Mikhail was born. How come? A normal, 10-month baby. Why not a year old? Whom are you kidding? And you whom? Why would he be born 10 months? How long do full-term pregnancies last? How long do pregnant women walk, In the morning 9 months they walked. By noon, I don't know. Maybe they started walking for a year. But that's irrelevant to our argument. Mikhail is still a 3-month-old to you. Go away. Whom she's kidding, she doesn't even know. The old lady turned away to the window, upset. Muttering to herself, as if counting or recalling her youth. With eyes downcast, as she said. I know, mother. Wedding in October, baby in January. Exactly the next year, 3 months later. And what? And that's it for me, eyes downcast. And ding, Tatiana, better bake some pies. Yuri will come from work, and there'll be no pies. All right, will you have tea? I don't know. Tatiana poured her mother tea. She looked out the window, upset. I really loved Peter. And so that Maria Barber wouldn't get him. I was tempted. What, father tempted you while you stood there with your eyes downcast? Tatiana couldn't resist. Go away, Tatiana. God, you're so sharp-tongued. Just like your grandmother, my mother-in-law. Heaven rest her soul. She was quite the woman, Charlie Chaplin in a skirt. Charlie Chaplin, Grandma. Corrected Vladimir, who had returned from school and was hovering near his mother, trying to sneak a pie his mother was baking. But, I'm telling you, Vladimir, this Chaplin Charlie. Ha, Grandma, you haven't seen funny yet. Our physics teacher Mr. John showed us moonshiners in the assembly hall. We laughed so hard. They're, basically, a coward. A fool, and an experienced one. What did the physics teacher show you? The mother didn't understand over the sizzling frying pan. Well, how do you call it, various experiments. About that, well, Lomonosov. Or not Lomonosov. Well, definitely about Copernicus. Galileo Copernicus. And then there was time left, and he showed us a movie. I'll be showing your physics teacher, John, movies. Oh, and I will show him. What's this now? Yes, Mom, well, you know, Mom. Vladimir whined, knowing his mother's stern character. Everyone will laugh at me and stop talking to me. Come on, Mom. Cool down, Vladimir. If there's even one more bad grade, I'll come and make a movie with you and the physics teacher. I'll show you a real drama. Yes, Mom. Physics with Igor. The kids loved him. He would quietly sip Zubrowka, but he knew his subject excellently. He never shouted at the kids and explained things in an accessible language. He called all the boys Einsteins and the girls Curies. Sometimes jokingly with Koldovskoy, which baffled the girls. And whoever first understood that it was the same person got an automatic A without discussion. Ma. Vladimir steered the conversation away. And Larissa will be the snow maiden again. And do you know who will be Santa Claus? Huh? Gennady. I kind of peeked at the rehearsal. I had to grab a book from Laura's bag. It didn't fit in mine in the morning. There were also sneakers. How did it not fit? What did you stuff in that backpack? Well, yeah, there were sneakers. A leotard. I put it underneath. See? The teachers were saying that, well, Gennady and our Larissa are like brother and sister. Imagine if they started dating, Vladimir dreamily says. Gennady, he's the coolest in the village. He has a motorcycle. His father bought it for him. Uncle Peter. He would give me rides on his bike. Then the guys would be jealous. Wait. Tatiana leaned towards her son. Wait. So you say, Gennady and Larissa look alike? Uh-huh. Like the same face. And I look like them too, right, Mom? And Gennady's sister, Nina, doesn't look like him at all. Dark, small. Maybe she'll grow. But I look like Larissa. You do, the mother said distantly and stroked Volodya's head. Tatiana, called the grandmother. But the mother looked at her heavily and got busy with the pies, thinking about something. Olga and Pyotr returned to their native village 2 years ago. Olga and Tatiana were inseparable friends. Yuri started courting the giggly Tatiana since the 7th grade, or even earlier. No one doubted they would get married. Both families called them daughter-in-law and son-in-law. Olga, despite being smart, pretty, and modest, didn't date anyone. She didn't study exceptionally well. Not failing, but not straight A's either. As much as Pyotr sighed over her, circled around her. She wouldn't give in. Tatiana went to the city to study economics after the 8th grade, Olga went into the 9th. Tatiana would come back for the weekends. She wanted to chat with her friend, but she seemed to avoid meetings. Either busy, need to do homework, or mom won't let her. Then, Tatiana's cousin, Svetlana, said that Olga was pining for Tatiana's Yuri. That girl was feisty. Tatiana went to her friend to sort things out. forced her to confess. "So you love my Yuri?" she asked her friend bluntly. Olga got embarrassed, blushed, tears sprang. "Well, go take him, what are you waiting for?" "But he doesn't see anyone but you," Olga blurted out in a burst of emotion. "I went to the 9th grade because of him. I wanted to become a seamstress after the 8th. Tatiana said nothing, waved her hand, and went home. Their friendship ended there. Tatiana tried to tell Yuri, to confront him. "He just stares, calls me a fool. Why would I want your boiled Olga?" After school, Yuri didn't go to college. He was drafted into the army. They had just had a fight then. Tatiana saw that her former friend seemed to radiate joy. They ran into each other at dances, or traveling to the city together. She seemed to hide her eyes, but her eyes were brimming with happiness. Maybe she found someone? Tatiana thought and was happy for her friend. She wanted to reconcile. Then Yuri wrote to Tatiana from the army, asking for forgiveness. Said he couldn't live without her and loved her very much. Tatiana replied. A correspondence ensued. She never reconciled with Olga. She tried, but Olga recoiled from her as if stung and showered her with such hatred that Tatiana physically felt ill. Tatiana returned to the village and started working as an economist. Yuri came back from the army. They got married almost immediately. And after their wedding, Olga also agreed to marry Pyotr. They quickly moved somewhere up north, I believe. It was said that they had a boy, a few months older than Tatiana's Larissa. And then they returned last year. Somehow, Tatiana had never seen Olga's older son. Yuri came home from work cheerful. "Hello, mother-in-law. Looking a bit down? Maybe a shot or two? Eh? Tatiana, come pour us some to warm up from the cold and fatigue. Have you already had some? You seem to be in good spirits. What's wrong, Tatiana? Ma, what's with her?" "I don't know," shrugged the mother-in-law. Everything seemed fine. "Who knows? She's got a temper like a mare." "That's true," the son-in-law stretched, winking at the mother-in-law. Tatiana seemed not to hear. She looked at her husband with a glazed look, poured 2 shots of crystal-clear homemade vodka on the sideboard, and went into the room. In the evening, she asked Larissa to go to the library. "Mom, I'm busy, just return my books, and I'll tell you what to get." The daughter said. "Let's go," she said. "After the library, we'll stop by the KBO. Aunt Tamara left a dress for you there." "All right." They were silent for a long while on the way. "Are you, what, in love with Gennady?" The daughter blushed to the tips of her hair. She blushed like the poppies that bloom at the end of the garden in summer. "Where did you get that idea?" "I need to study. I'm going to apply to universities." "Then study. Don't even come close to him. Got it?" "Why so?" she asked defiantly. "Trouble could happen." "That's what?" "Yeah, that kind. Wait, we need to figure this out." "Mom, what?" "Just that. Listen to me. Don't think I'm against the guy. I haven't even seen him. But listen to me." "All right, Mom, I'm not involved with anyone." Reconciliatory. "But you know what? You'll laugh or scold me?" "No, tell me." "But I'm drawn to him. You know, like I want to get to know him. And it feels like, well, like to Volodya, I guess." "Silly, right?" "No, daughter, not silly. Please, stay away for now. I need to figure this out." "All right," she said seriously. "Is that why you brought me with you?" "Yes, well, and to check out the dress." The next day, taking time off work, Tatiana rushed to the school, supposedly to inquire about Vladimir's progress, and dropped by to see her daughter as well. Not to say the boy was the spitting image of Larissa, but Tatiana immediately realized they were relatives. She spent the entire evening gloomier than a cloud, and then decided to go to Olga. She knocked on the window, the hostess peeked out, hid behind the curtain. Olga, come out, we need to talk. She came out, wrapped in a coat with a large fur collar. What do you want? Not looking in the eyes. Did you have a boy by my Yuri, as always straight to the point she asked. What, are you completely mad with your Yuri? I? No. It's not me who ran to other people's fiancés and jumped into bed. Got what you wanted, right? And he also keeps quiet, like an L. What do you want? Why stir up the past? Don't you understand? Look at them with my Larissa. Maybe you'll just say it outright, how they're together. Whether playing a role in a play or something else? No, groaned Olga. Yes, if Vladimir hadn't come to the rehearsal and hadn't heard what the teachers whisper about. About what? Olga perked up. About how the kids look alike, like brother and sister. That's what. Have you ever seen my Lorca? Olga shook her head. What do we do, Tatiana? I don't know. Even if you leave again. What if that doesn't stop them? Oh, mother, what will happen? Should have thought with your head. That's what. Tatiana, don't scold Yuri. Don't. It's me. I myself. He didn't want to. We'll figure it out, Tatiana grimaced. Don't try to play lawyer here. They decided to gather the children and talk to them. What else to do? The time has come. Reap what you sow, Tatiana smirked. Gennady listened with a smile to his stuttering and blushing mother. Tatiana sat with a stone face. Larissa, red, sat, head bowed. Yuri and Pyotr, despite not looking at each other, also sat in the room. Enough, Mom, said Gennady. I have one father, he nodded towards Pyotr. Dad, you wouldn't disown me, would you? What? What, son? Pyotr fussed. Olga cried, trembling slightly in her shoulders. Mom, calm down, what's wrong? We'll go back, okay? Pyotr and Olga were silent. Larissa, the boy turned to the girl. I know you treated me like a brother. Thank you. Let's not tell anyone, okay? Parents. The boy bravely looked Yuri in the eye. We don't want to get involved in this. I'm glad I still have a sister. And it turns out, a younger brother. They left back up north in the summer, it seems. They say the younger girl couldn't handle the climate here, so they had to go back. Gennady gave Vladimir his little red motorcycle for some reason. And he told him something for a long time, and then Vladimir ran away to the river and sat there for a long time. He came home with red, teary eyes. How could this happen? He found his brother only to lose him immediately. He whispers to Larissa. Don't worry, Larissa, Gennady said he would write to us. Yeah, but I don't understand, Larissa, why is he our brother? And why shouldn't we tell anyone about it? And why did Daddy live in the bathhouse all summer? I don't know myself, said the sister, hiding her eyes. She's lying, Vladimir thought confidently. She's lying through her teeth. Well, never mind, he'll grow up and find out. But still, it's good to have an older brother. Having a sister is good too, of course. Of course. Of course.